Hello everyone, welcome to this webinar dedicated to the Odoo Partnership Program. What we'll be doing today, obviously, is having a look, first of all, at what is Odoo as a company and as a product. Number two, we'll have a look at the Odoo value proposition, what we bring to the table with our software and how we think the value is. We'll have a quick look at Odoo's business model for people who don't know much about the company and the product. We'll then have a look at exclusively why and how to become an Odoo partner, all the different resources and benefits attached to it. And then we'll finish on a side note. First of all, like I said, we'll have a look at what is Odoo as a company. Okay, so first of all, the product we distribute is it's a beautiful integrated all-in-one modular-based ERP, which we'll have a look a bit more in details later on. However, throughout the years, the journey started in 2005, and we have since grew quite a bit, as you can see. We've really established a global presence. We have started in 2005 with Grand-Rosières and Brussels, being the sort of, let's say, HQ R&D technical standpoint, and Brussels being a sales, marketing, and account manager support office. We then expanded to India, obviously to cover that very specific and very large Indian market, and we also then expanded to San Francisco to cover the whole of North America, South America. We are now opening an office in Buffalo to cover the East Coast, and we'll be opening an office soon in Mexico to cover the South American market. We also have about a year ago opened the Dubai office, which will obviously manage the more and more potential partners and prospects in the Middle East, and we also have Hong Kong managing basically the Asia Pacific regions. We are now at the day of speaking at around a little more than 900 employees. Still recruiting, still recruiting, not one a day as we say because of the COVID situation, but we're still definitely recruiting and growing. In terms of partners, we will have around 1,700 Odoo partners from 110 countries approximately, and in the European African market we will have approximately 650 partners at the moment, always growing obviously. Another couple of numbers. Odoo is supported in 32, now I think 33 supported languages. We've got just shy of 5 million happy users, over 2,000 installs per day, with a steady, over the past 4 years, 1,500% close user growth. Now, what is Odoo? We said it before. For the people who don't know what Odoo is a modular-based ERP. Okay, we will here work with specific bespoke applications that are integrated one another when needed. This ensures scalability, ease of use, and a quicker implementation. For example, the classic sales process, going through a CRM, selling via an actual physical point of sale, selling subscriptions, will have the operations and all the different logistics that can be integrated. Same for manufacturing, with a couple of extra integrations if needed. If you don't know Odoo yet, I'll invite you to go on our website, Odoo.com, and have a look at the different applications we offer. You'll see it later. We'll go into that a little more in depth. Odoo was developed, and it still is, and will probably always be developed with SMEs, small to medium enterprises, in mind. But because of the easy scalability and the will of more and more, let's say, large enterprise corporations to be on the cloud with something simple, we are getting more and more, let's say, larger account requests. But Odoo as a software and as a company has in mind the needs of the small to medium enterprises. That's where we have arrived with Odoo Enterprise now. In terms of the actual value proposition Odoo brings to the table, like we said before, traditional ERP vendors will and have in the past designed their ERPs for, let's say, established enterprises with vast investment and resources and budget, and then they've to hit the SME market, which basically comprises 90% of the entrepreneurship, let's say, landscape, have downgraded their existing very complicated software to create, let's say, a limited solution on which they will play to leverage applications and restrictions to encourage upselling. With Odoo, it's literally the opposite. We started from the bottom, designed for individual users, small businesses who need to be simple and efficient and don't specifically have a huge budget to consecrate to an ERP. All the apps are connected. The features are constantly, let's say, reworked by our team and by our network of local partners, which, let's say, gives the possibility of a constant upward evolution. If you want to keep it very simple, very easy, standard, no problem. If you want to go into more details, more applications, more users, more flows, you can do it bit by bit and scale at your own pace. This means that in the end, we're able to deliver a proper ERP enterprise class software for SMEs, something that wasn't really accessible before. And it is still scalable, still modifiable to fit more complex flows and complex needs for usually larger industries. Now, this is the way we see our market position. This was not done by any official consulting group or any external, let's say, partner. It was really done by us in the sense that this is the way we see ourselves and this is where we want to be. And we think we're quite close to that. On one side of this diagram, we've got the big players in the ERP market, SAP, Dynamics, NetSuite. We could also put other ones in there. They have developed great softwares, nothing to say about that. Great software, extremely, let's say, full of functionalities, and business scope is huge. However, one thing that is really lacking is obviously the investment needed to train and to actually implement these solutions, but the user friendliness, which is probably not their best part. On the other hand, we've got let's say vertical applications that will manage specific bespoke business flows, MailChimp for mass mail marketing, for example, Trello for project management, and they obviously do that very specific, let's say vertical part extremely well. It's usually quite cheap or free, and it's extremely easy to use. Now, the way we see ourselves is best of both. Might seem a little strange, but here the business scope Odoo offers will fit 80 to 85 to 90% of any company's needs around the world. Everyone needs to work with customers, suppliers, invoices, payments, right? However, like we said before, one thing that is very, very important to us is the user friendliness. It'll always be, let's say, the cornerstone with integration and with quick implementation of Odoo software, Odoo Enterprise. And the way we see it is that a user-friendly software will be actively used by the employees of a company who use it. And the way we see it, our software does offer that user-friendliness, extremely easy to use. People won't need to be trained for a month to be able to use Odoo, but it still offers that, let's say, level of complexity, if you want to put it that way, that level of granularity that these big players offer. So really see ourselves as an ERP for all, easily usable by all. And this is first goal is to simplify how you run your business, obviously, right? Because as we said before, there are some great applications that will work perfectly. MailChimp, HubSpot, Slack, great stuff. However, every one of them, if you do not want to enter the same information 4 times, they will need to be connected one another. How do you do that? You do that via, obviously, connectors that each represent not only a cost for the customer, but also the maintenance in time, and it's actually time consuming. All right, so here the goal with Odoo is to simplify how you run your business with an all-in-one solution. Okay, so every single information you enter in one application will be available in another one without any duplicate or any double entry of data. Again, we are an all-in-one solution. However, we are obviously we know that out there are whether it's payment solutions, whether it's very popular e-commerce platforms or payment integrators, shipping integrators, we know that customers will need to use these platforms also. So as an Odoo partner, this is one of the added values you can provide, is to say, okay, I've got the knowledge to help you around with Odoo software, but we can also integrate your processes with FedEx if you use them, with your eBay shop if needed, or with your Magento e-commerce if the customer wants to keep it. In terms of the business model, it's quite straightforward. Odoo as an editor will obviously provide the software, the value proposition, but moreover, it will provide specific training, technical and functional and technical, if needed, but moreover the professional services. Okay, so this will be the in-depth training on a specific application or flow, for example, will be the bespoke development of certain applications on which we can help you. Okay, so we train, provide a decent, heavy value proposition, and we provide professional services to the partner, who then sells our product and our Odoo applications to the customer, but moreover his business services. We are looking for partners who will not only sell Odoo, okay, and actually invoice it. We're looking for partners who will actively implement the software and provide the implementation services directly to the customer. So here the role is to not only be a referral or or bringer of customers. It's really to be the first line of support. It's your project, you're in charge of it, and if when you need our help, we will provide it through different mechanisms we'll see later on. But the goal here, what is to keep in mind, is that we're looking for partners who will provide the services that relate to any ERP implementation, in this case Odoo. Now, what we want also our partners to focus is on valuable business services. We've seen, and I think that the market is going that way, that custom bespoke development is not always a solution. We do believe, and we do train our partners to challenge their customers' request to make sure it's needed, and only go into development if it's really a must-have and if it's needed. If it's needed, then the partners have all the resources, training material available to do so. If it's not needed, we'll keep it standard out of the box as much as possible. Why? So that the partner can actually provide valuable business services to the customers, whether it's an audit on their processes, how to better enhance them. Okay, but it's really about not always going directly into bespoke custom development. In terms of the pricing model, transparency is extremely important to us, so that's why you will have a look at this pricing calculator online, odoo.com/pricing. You will be able to have a look at our pricing model. It's available for everyone, partners, customers, anyone around the world. And basically, the TCO by the customer, the total cost of ownership, will be his licenses, the number of users, applications based on a monthly or yearly contract, and the services the partner provides. Okay, so your services. It's very simple. Nothing else will be, let's say, charged. If they need specific services, specific demands, then there might be something else. But here, to start an Odoo project, you'll get the licenses, the partner service, and that is the TCO for the customer. Now, being a partnership, we really see it as a three-way proper partnership, proper relations. So in the sense that we will always invoice the customer directly, and the partner will provide all the services and invoice his customer the way he chooses for the services he provides. Now, the actual business opportunity here lies in 4 ways. Now, there's 4 ways to actually sell Odoo. You will see one is will be related to the Community Edition. The other ones will be related to Odoo Enterprise. Now, the first one, Odoo.sh. Okay, so this, let's say, way of working, the database of the customer will be hosted by Odoo on our cloud, either on a shared or dedicated server, and there will be a hosting fee for the customer. It's the only hosting, let's say, method where we charge something for the customer. We'll see a little more in detail what Odoo.sh is. But basically, it's an online platform, so where we guarantee backups, security of the data, uptime, but the partner can actually do complete source code developments, can integrate third-party applications if needed. It's really the best of both. So you have all the functionalities you can have, and the ease and the peace of mind, let's say, that you have with a cloud database, with all the possibility and the development and customization possibilities you have on an on-premise local database. It obviously has full functionalities, full features, and full services like any other Odoo Enterprise contract. We then have Odoo SaaS, which here is really Odoo's out-of-the-box solution. Okay, so it's still hosted by us. We still take care of uptime, of backups, of recovery of data if needed. But there is a limit in terms of what partners can do, how they can modify and interact with the source code on our SaaS. Since we are hosting them, there will not be a possibility to completely customize the source code. You can use Odoo Studio to do so. We can have a chat about that a bit later. But here, in terms of actual third-party integration, custom code that needs to be input, the SaaS will not work for that. It's really for out-of-the-box solutions. Again, full functionalities, full features, full services provided to any Odoo Enterprise customer. Thirdly comes Odoo Enterprise. Now, this is where there's a big change. It is hosted either by the customer, if they've got the infrastructure, or by yourself as a partner. Okay, so you are free to put it on the cloud, obviously, if needed, but it will not be hosted by us. So the backups, security of data, uptime, all this will have to be managed by either the cloud provider or the partner or the customer. Now here, partners have a complete access to the source code. Since you are deploying it, since you are in charge of hosting it, of maintaining it, you are completely free to basically develop and customize whatever you want around it. The only limit will be that we do not allow white labeling, but the front-end customizations are completely possible, obviously. Now, the real value here is that the partner can completely develop, customize around Odoo's basic source code. Last but not least, we've got Odoo Community Edition. It's open source. It will still be hosted by the customer or yourself, and it has limited features. This is a version that Odoo started with. We switched business model a couple of years ago, and we do not support that version anymore. It's supported by different forums, different resources on the World Wide Web through the Odoo Community Association, for example. It's not recommended for established enterprises that will need, let's say, a professional long-term support for their ERP. Now, the revenue provision for you as a potential partner is the following. Whether it's Odoo.sh, Odoo Enterprise, Cloud, locally hosted, or Odoo Community, all the services you provide, all the development services you provide, coaching, auditing of performance, anything that you provide as a service to the customer, you charge it directly to the customer, you invoice it, and you're completely free to choose the way you want to invoice them. Most of all, you get to keep 100% of that revenue. There is no revenue sharing on what you generate from the Odoo implementation. In terms of licensing, obviously the Community Edition being free of charge, nothing will be allocated there. If it's an Odoo Enterprise customer, in this case, there are commission, let's say, levels that are based on your partner level, which we'll see a bit later on in detail. And last but not least, we have the Odoo.sh hosting fee. Now, like we said before, Odoo.sh is a development, it's also a hosting platform, where the customer's database is hosted. We manage it, and because of the different possibilities offered to the partner, we charge the customer a certain amount for it. Now, as long as it's 150 euros or less, $180 or less a month, we will transfer back that commission 100% to the partner. So a quick example, if I as a customer, we have estimated my Odoo.sh use to around 100 euros a month, I will pay Odoo on top of my licenses and users 100 euros a month that we will transfer you to the partner directly at 100% on top of the normal 10, 15 or 20% commission fees. Obviously, you then subtract the development cost that is usually high for the community because of limited features from the project. Now, a quick look at Odoo.sh, because we've rolled that platform out just short of 2 years ago, and it's been a really, really big success in the sense that in a normal development cycle, any development cycle will go through development, stages, and the deployment phase. If we are not talking about Odoo or anything else, we will have to spend money to get the actual source code, which might or might not be limited into what you have access to. We will need to purchase third-party programming apps, okay, for the actual development of our custom module or custom lines of codes. Then go into another software or platform for third-party testing, and then we'll rent a staging server. Okay. In Odoo, without Odoo.sh, you get the source code for free, being a partner or a customer. You will develop through GitHub. Okay, as a partner, you have access to our full repo. You will test with a third-party application and then rent a staging server. We see that the cost and effort time spent is lower, but it's still not fantastic. With Odoo.sh, you basically have a all-in-one development hosting platform. Okay, so you still get the source code for free, obviously, being a partner. The testing stages is automatic. Okay, it's connected to the run bot. Everything will be logged in, and it will tell you when and where if there is something that blocks. The staging servers are also on the same platform, so there is no need to invest in another, let's say, staging platform. It's all on Odoo.sh. You replicate the database of the customer so that they don't see any difference while they're working. The developers can work concurrently on different flows, test it, and then simply drag and drop into production when the customer is given his green light, for example. So all in all, it's really an all-in-one development, staging, and maintenance platform. It's going to be ideal for developers, testers, project managers, system administrators also. Again, the pricing calculator will have to be seen with your person of contact, whether it's a person of contact or account manager, for every customer, in the sense that their needs are different. It's going to be based on the number of users, the concurrent requests the server might get. So always get in touch with your person of contact or account manager to have a definitive estimation of the Odoo.sh usage. On top of all the, let's say, operational functional possibilities, we will have continuous testing and deployment. Okay, there will be the GitHub integration where all commits are tested and deployed. Okay, so you really ensure no loss of time there. You will be able to add third-party applications with ease. This is really one of the reasons why we rolled out Odoo.sh, because there are some great third-party applications out there that are already dealing with requirements your customers might have, and you do not want to redevelop everything from scratch. You can simply add it into a production database very easily. Another good point is that it's completely online. It's completely on the cloud, so whether you are at the office, like in the current situation here, at home, there should be no blocking points for being able to develop and to work on Odoo.sh. Obviously, as we are hosting it, the environments are maintained and monitored 24/7. We make sure that the uptime is the highest possible and that the experience is of the highest quality. The DNS and emails are automatically set up for you. There are backup servers in different locations for disaster recovery if needed, and there will be unlimited accounts that you can add. If you have 10-15 developers all working on the same project or on separate projects, you will simply add them for free, obviously, and they will be able to work concurrently or not on certain developments. Again, unlimited development branches. You test and deploy as much as you want, as much as the customer needs. Now, we said here before there was a real opportunity for the partners in the sense that we are looking for partners to provide the implementation services all in all. So here we're not looking for just partners who will maybe analyze the needs, say Odoo Enterprise can fit them, and then let us do the work. No, we're really looking for partners who will analyze the customer's needs with the help of the account manager or your person of contact if needed, obviously, who will eventually host it if needed, but will customize, develop, train in the long term and provide support to the customers. You are completely free to set your own fees. You know the local market much better than us. That's why we need the network of local partners around the world. If there are existing customers with which you already have an agreement on certain fees or recurring or not, that's your prerogative, and we will not take any percentages from the services, from the revenue generated by those services. That's very important. Everything gets back to you on top of the license and user commissions or Odoo.sh. How to become an Odoo partner? First of all, we'll see that a bit later on. Obviously, my team is there to help you do so. We are in charge of recruiting and onboarding new partners in Europe and Africa. But here, the main reason for partners to become Odoo partners will be the benefits and the resources we put at your disposal. Number one will be the qualified opportunities. Now, when we say qualified opportunities, we mean that we can get a request, whether it's for a demo, by phone, by email. We do get requests. Your account managers will get requests for potential customers. They will call those customers. They will do a first analysis of their needs and their requirements, and then they will choose based on the region, if it really needs to be local, based on the type of partner the account manager has in his portfolio, will decide to which partner he can send out those qualified opportunities. So when we say qualified, we have an idea of what the customer needs, what their budget are, what the timeline is. Based on that, the account manager will decide to send it to partner A, B, or C in its portfolio. This is probably the most important part of the partnership, is the relationship you'll have with your account manager. Now, it's really someone to be seen as a pre-sales, pre-project ally. So he or she can help you with computer prospecting, with, like I said, sales and business strategy. So how are you for the moment marketing your Odoo services? How can we make them better? How can we enhance your customers' experience when they have a look at the mass mail, for example? Okay, we'll do pipeline reviews on a quarterly basis to see what potential projects you have, how we can help you close them, what next actions are needed, and if not, how we can help you grow. Again, it's a very important part of the partnership. A good partnership is usually defined by recurrent and not constant, but a recurrent contact with your account manager so that he knows what you're up to, what you are available to do or not. We will obviously also provide you with marketing resources, such as white paper comparisons between our software and other potential ERPs on the market, product sheets, videos, webinars, obviously not like this one, promotional events that we'll see a little later on. So we're really there to also help you, let's say, enhance your presence and the link you have with Odoo. You will also benefit either as a learning partner or official partner from an attractive discount package on your internal use, should you choose to use Odoo Enterprise internally. We know there is no better argument than selling what you use, and we do believe in the value our software has. So if partners want to use our software internally to manage their daily operations, they will obviously get a very attractive discount on the full package, on the full price. You obviously get commissions, as we saw, up to 20% for the users and licenses based on your level, but also the Odoo.sh based commissions, which we'll see a bit later on now. And last but not least, you also have your promotion on Odoo.com, which is also probably one of the most important parts of this partnership. You have your logo, your bio, eventual customer references, the fact that you are certified or not, and a Google Map snippet with where you are located exactly. Now, this is extremely useful to attract new customers, but it's also extremely useful for you to have another, let's say, sales channel, if we can put it this way. You will have your classic prospecting, like you're doing now, acquiring new customers through networking or marketing events or promotional events. You will have eventual leads without guaranteeing a number sent by your account manager. Okay, and then you will have the presence on the website. By experience and by feedback of partners, they usually get a lot of potential customers just by being on the website, because the customer goes on our website, sees that there's a local partner close to him, and calls him or her up directly. Now, we'll see later on, we have a couple of retention, let's say, criteria for official partners. One of them is being certified. Okay, so we will provide the partners with a, let's say, professional qualification assessment and all the functional training materials, so that the people working with Odoo on a daily basis can certify themselves as Odoo experts. We will obviously give you access to the complete source code. When we say complete source code, there is no limitations. We give complete access to Odoo Enterprise, our proprietary software source code. So you either can go still on the out-of-the-box route and do very little customization or no development for your customers. However, the case being obviously the case, you will probably sometimes need to go a little more in depth and add either functionalities or completely brand new modules, external integrations. So this is obviously what we put at your disposal for. On top of this, you'll be provided with what we call the partner knowledge base. Okay, so it's really specific for partners, so no customers, it's not public. It's project methodology guidelines, sales and marketing tips, how to do a great demonstration, how we qualify a potential customers, marketing tools. It's really a bunch of videos aimed at partners so that they can not only get trained but also benefit from the best possible partner experience with us. Like we saw before, you will get a free Odoo.sh access to host the third-party applications. This will not be used to host your customer's project. Each customer you bring on Odoo.sh will have its own Odoo.sh environment. This is really for you to be able to test any development you've done, any third-party application you think might be useful for a customer, and so on. You'll also have the possibility of creating trial database that will be managed by you, the partner. For the moment, anyone can go on our website and create a test database online on our cloud with a 15-day testing period. As a partner, you will be able to install as many locally installed fully Odoo Enterprise databases as you want, and you will manage them with your own partner code. You will have to extend them every month. So if a customer requires an extensive proof of concept or extensive testing, in 15 days is simply not enough, or there is some technical requirements that need to be integrated, this is what you'll use. And we also obviously provide you with the e-learning platform, which is basically a platform that goes into a lot of details in each and every application that we offer. This will be the base that will be used for the certification that needs to be passed by partners. Now we'll have a quick look at the different partner levels. Obviously, this is something that requires a more in-depth conversation. It's not the only, obviously, let's say, retention criteria we have. If you are interested, if you have any questions about different types of levels of partnership or anything else, simply send me an email. You have my contact details at the end of the webinar, and my team will be ready to answer any questions you have between the different levels of partnership or the Odoo Partnership Program in general. A quick look at the two different types of partnership we offer. It will be divided into learning partnerships and official partnerships, which comprise Ready, Silver, and Gold. So learning partners, do not have any set, let's say, criterias to have the right to renew as an Odoo learning partner. As the name says, it's really there for companies who either don't really know much about the software, want to get their team trained, have high skills, and then be published on the website and be marketed as an official Odoo partner. So you do not need a certain amount of users per year. You do not need to have certain people certified. However, you will not be visible on Odoo.com. You can obviously use the Odoo trademark and the Odoo Learning Partner logo, but you will not be visible on the website for potential customers to contact you. The commissions for the licenses will still be the same, 10% like the official partners. However, the Odoo.sh commissions are also 10% and not 100% like for the official partners. Again, we've seen this very quickly. These types of comparisons need an in-depth conversation, and if you're hesitant, don't hesitate to get in touch with me, and someone from our team will contact you and define what the best route is to go, either learning or official. Now, as we said, why have we rolled out the Learning Partner Program? It's really either for companies who are maybe migrating into the ERP world, who are providing web-based services, SEO, e-commerce, and are not sure about the fact that they want to really pivot. It can be companies who simply do not know much about Odoo community or enterprise and do not want to be marketed on the website as an official Odoo partner. So they will simply wait. Still have a person of contact. It's not exactly an account manager. You'll have a person of contact at Odoo who can help you if you have a potential customer. Obviously, you can sell and implement that project as an Odoo partner. You will benefit from the support of that person of contact if needed on a first demonstration, on a qualification of needs, for example. Obviously, the end game here is to be upgraded to official partner once we see that the partner has the skills internally and the confidence to say, okay, I want to market myself as an Odoo partner. And this is really what Learning Partner is about, making you grow until you feel confident enough, maybe have one or two customer references to be published on our website. Now, as we said before, visibility on Odoo.com is a very, let's say, important variable of this partnership, as you will be visible to we have more and more obviously traffic per month. The last analysis showed just north of 1.3 mil per month, which is always growing, obviously. You'll be able to, as an official partner only, collaborate with us on promotional events. Okay, we'll see that a bit later. They're called roadshows, and all partners, however, will have access to marketing material, leaflets, roll-ups to print for events and other flyers and so forth. The events, the promotional events, we call roadshows. Odoo roadshows are a great way to generate leads, to network, to communicate with other partners, to communicate with us, with your account manager, with your customer success team member. But basically here, the way we do it is that we organized last year around 150 roadshows in Europe and Africa. In total, we had 20,000 plus attendees. For the moment, obviously during the COVID-19 situation, as we're doing now, we'll be doing online roadshows. So we're not stopping that at all. We're still generating roadshows, still generating interests and leads through online roadshows. And the sponsorship fee will depend on the region. Okay, for Europe, we'll be at 1,800 euros, and for Africa, we'll be at $2,000. Again, if this is something that you feel could be of interest to you, please get in touch with your account manager if you are an existing partner, or with us at the contact details at the end of this presentation, for us to explain to you a little more what exactly these events are and how they can be beneficial. But it's really about networking, generating leads. Obviously, we'll send the leads to the partners who sponsor the event. Showcase your success stories, your services, the way you see Odoo implementation going. And obviously have a bit of fun together, which is always very important for us here at Odoo. Now, when we said that we were providing professional services to the partners on top of training and on top of value proposition, this is what we meant. Okay, so we'll be working with the success pack method. A success pack is a pack of hours, 25, 50, 100. They can be combined to make 75, 125 hours, from which you will benefit from a very advanced functional support or technical support. Okay, again, depending on your need, your AM or contact person will define with you the best option that we can available for you, whether it's in terms of hours or the format of the pack. We have two, but in a nutshell, it'll be someone with deep functional technical knowledge that will be able to either staff the partners team on a more long-term basis for a specific project as a trainer, as a technical resource. It can also be someone who will simply help the partner when they have a question, whether it be more advanced on the functional side or on the technical side. They have access to the whole, let's say, technical teams in the back of Odoo. So any information they might not have, they will have the resources to go in and fetch it. There are prepaid hours of support, and these hours are yours. So you don't specifically need to use them in a specific time frame. If you take 50 hours and the initial need only takes 30, the next 20 hours are still there for you to use whenever there is a need. Okay, whether it's a deep analysis of needs, whether it's help for a demonstration, or whether it's help for example, a performance audit on a development you made. Okay, so these packs are the main source of help. You still have access to our ticketing system, to your account manager, to your person of contact. But when we identify that service you need, the eventual issue or the challenge that we have needs to take more time, then we'll transfer you to one of these packs. Again, all the prices are transparent. They're online. You'll be able to see them on our webpage. Now, in terms of training resources, what we provide partners is twofold. Number one is obviously access to the e-learning platform and to the partnership knowledge base. So the e-learning platform is a platform that we use to train our new employees also. So any new person that comes at Odoo will spend 2 weeks on that platform, learn about the applications, and pass the certification. Same principle here for the partners. These videos that we have completely redone recently will go into detail in each application, CRM, sales, invoicing, manufacturing, on how to configure them, what can be done with these applications, and with a few business cases at the end to test your knowledge. This will only go into the functional side of Odoo. So we will not be talking about developing an application, modifying existing records and objects. We'll really have a look at Odoo's out-of-the-box applications, out-of-the-box solutions, how to configure them, what it can do, and obviously therefore what it cannot. We'll also, through the partnership knowledge base, provide some sales material, some marketing material, how to do a great demo, how we qualify a lead, and so forth. It's really partner specific to make sure that you've got all the resources that you need to really be able to basically analyze a project, qualify it, implement it, and close it. Again, these links will be they're all available on our website. Now next, how to become a partner. Obviously, you will, I'm sure, have a lot of questions that we'll see after this webinar. But if you decide to take it further, my contact details are in the end of the presentation. I will then transfer it to some of my teammates who will call you to have a look at your project with you. Basically here, you will, with your partnership recruitment team member, have a look at the information, features of partnership, what type of partnership maybe is more adapted to you as a company. The discussion will be based around that. Once you have chosen which type of partnership is most adapted to you, you will fill in the activation form. We will send you a quotation. Once that's done, we sign the partnership agreement, and then we will transfer you to your account manager or to your person of contact for learning partners. As I said, this concludes the webinar on the partnership program. My contact details are here. I will also put in the chat the general contact details for potential partnerships. We'll now have a quick look at the questions that you may have, and then we'll have a look at those. We want to move a client from cloud to Odoo.sh. How can Odoo help, and is it for free? Now again, we offer migration services for our Odoo Enterprise customers. As long as the code is completely standard, okay, that the customer uses out-of-the-box features and applications, and it's on our SaaS, then the migration to another version, let's say, is free. As soon as we see that the customer, for example, on the cloud has custom code or third-party integrations, then it already should be on SH. But in this case, there will be a fee. there will be a fee per custom line of code, and that will be seen obviously with the person of contact. Nanio Nanev, I have found the perfect. I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand the complete question here, Mr. or Miss Nanev. Please send me an email with detailed questions, and I will definitely be able to help you out. Anyone has any other specific questions? I don't think so. We can wait a little bit. Hello, Damien. Good question. HMRC, as usual, as you know, has been quite tricky, but now I think I can 99% confirm that it does. Again, the best possible solution would be for us to put you in contact with the people who manage that. I will have a look. Please, again, send me an email with a quick reminder so that I can get the information for you as soon as possible. However, there are always, I think, specifics, and that's why I don't want to guarantee it now. We do have an extra module that will manage HMRC, but again, I prefer to confirm that once I've got the info from the product owners. So feel free to send me a message, and I will an email, and I will definitely answer you. Il Maurice, yes, the e-learning platform is the same for the Learning Ready Silver and Gold partners. Why? Because number one, you always start as an official ready, so you cannot directly go silver and gold, and it's because they will all work with the same basic software. Now, when you say we need to redesign technical according to the partnership level, we have now put on the public side our technical materials, and through success packs we can therefore go in much more detail about development of a specific application, on a specific object or record. Benil Sivan, if we develop a custom module, how can we make sure that there is no conflict with Odoo in future roadmap? Well, it's twofold. Number one, if you have developed a module and then we see that we would like to integrate similar, let's say, modules or the same module into our native applications, we have in the past, like for the subscription application, we have in the past collaborated heavily with partners who had developed this. And then, obviously, to know that there is no future conflict and to not spend time developing something that we might develop also, always get in touch with your account manager. So that's why we were saying in the beginning how important it is to have a frequent and recurrent contact with your account manager, is to really get those information. It's a very good question, by the way. Okay, Mr. Nanev, I think that your question is more on the technical side. Probably best if you send me an email and we schedule a call with myself or someone a little more technical, so we can go into detail about this. We'll wait a bit if there are any other questions. It's an Arjit Day. So can a learning partner get access to source code to integrate third-party apps like Shopify? Yes, absolutely yes. Will the customer need to get a subscription? Yes. In this case, if the customer wants to be on the cloud, on our cloud, it will be Odoo.sh. So this is typically why that platform was developed, is to be able to have the best of both worlds, not have the hassle and the problems of hosting it yourself, but still have the possibility to integrate third-party apps. So yes, if he wants to be on our cloud, Odoo.sh will be needed. Just as a side note, Shopify connectors are already available on our app store. If they either want to host it themselves, or if you as a partner want to host it, then you can do so via an external provider, and in this case they do not need an SH subscription. Okay, Mr. Butler, I think I see what you mean. Here we'll be able to, so we saw eBay, FedEx, UPS will have European-based services such as the National Post services. There are some SMS generating services. There will be obviously some other transport providers. We'll have Amazon, we'll have eBay, and there will also be a lot of different payment providers such as Worldline, Athen in the United States, and so forth. All of them are available at odoo.com/apps. Mr. Juhas, very good question for accounting localization. Now, being a Belgian company, Europe, we have had in the past some primary markets being France, obviously Belgium, Germany, Switzerland, for example. For these markets, we have developed the localization ourselves, usually with the help from a local partner, even for our own national localization. But we do expect for markets that we haven't developed it yet for, we do expect the partners to do so. Okay, so this is again one way where we will train the partner on the accounting backend, on each record, etc., and the partner will actually do the localization. Whether you put it on the App Store for other customers or partners to use, or if you want to keep it for yourself and really sell it as one of your products, you're completely free to do so. But yes, we develop certain localizations and we let the partners do some of the rest. Miss Sarita Gundan, yes, the partnership program is chargeable. When you say chargeable, I don't think you mean to your customers. We will charge a fee. All the different fees applicable depending on the region. There is a different fee for Europe, Eastern Europe, Southern Europe, and Africa. They're all on our website. And there is, for official partners, a timeline, let's say in the first year, for an official partner to stay official. We will ask for that partner to get one person certified inside his company and to have a minimum of 10 users that he implemented. So it's not 10 different contracts and 10 different customers, talking about users. Whether it's 3 contracts of 4 users or 1 contract of 15, that will be enough to retain learning partnership for the official partnership, ready partnership for the year. These evaluations are then done quarterly for silver and gold partnerships in order to make sure that if someone on our website is marketed as a silver or gold partner, it is that he's got this recurrent, let's say, stream of Odoo implementations, which means they are quality partners. Tom, no problem. Thank you for the kind comments. The $180 fee is basically the maximum fee that we will transfer back to partners as commissions. So we'll take a quick practical example. I myself am a customer, you are my partner, and we then have Odoo as the editor. Okay, I as a customer, we have analyzed my needs and we saw that I need custom development. Okay, I need to go on Odoo.sh. I as a customer will pay, for example, €100 a month to Odoo on top of my applications and users. And what we will do is take 10% from applications, users, the initial Odoo Enterprise license costs, take 10, 15 or 20% and transfer that to you as commissions, and take the whole amount of Odoo.sh. So if it's on a monthly contract, the commissions will be paid monthly. If it's on a yearly contract, and I therefore pay 10 times 12 times €100, that's €1,200. We transfer that directly back to you as commissions. There is a limit, so if I as a customer pay $200 a month, you as a partner will get 180 times 12 transferred to you, and the extra 20 will keep at Odoo. What happens to the source code when the partner subscription expires? Well, it's very simple. Here, it won't be available. It won't be available because it's available through our GitHub repo, which you can access when you are a partner in our basically database. So the source code will not be obtained through partnership. However, customers who pay for Odoo Enterprise and decide to install it locally will benefit from the source code. So that's a way to do so. However, not only the source code, obviously any commissions, any support we can give on that project for that specific partner will also be discontinued if the partnership discontinued. However, you meant expired, so I'm not sure if I answered your question, Mr. Semwoker, but here it's really about if you stay a partner, you obviously have access to the resources. Arigit Day. So do the learning resources provide technical information about how to customize apps using source code? Now, in the past, no. In the last couple of months, we've published for partners our basically technical curriculum training material. So that training material will go through the development of an Odoo app from scratch. However, it's usually through either testing, obviously, that new developers get access to get familiar with the enterprise architecture. But so we do provide technical information. We also have odoo.com/docs, which will give a lot of information about our APIs, how to work with them, how to deploy, using different methods on what OS, for example. So there is, let's say, a set amount of documents. However, if we and you identify that you need more precise coaching on a specific application, on a specific project or specific development, then we're there to obviously help you through success packs. But without that, you will have the technical learning material online and on our website, which deals with deployment, eventual development, creating a localization, and working with APIs, and much more. For French speakers, the webinar was the same. It was done last week, and the video is or will be very shortly available on our YouTube channel. So if anyone here speaks French or needs French speakers, obviously our team has them. We pretty much speak every language. But if you want to watch this webinar in French, it will be on our platform if it's not already. Mr. Cobra here. What can you say about a business model where a partner develops an app with Odoo Studio and then look for clients? Is the partnership suited for this? Well, yes. The partnership is definitely suited for two things. Either you tell us, because my sector, my industry, my target customers are very niche, very specific, I will look for them and I will try and propose them my application. Once I've got someone interested, then you bring in your account manager to help you close it. Okay. In both cases, if you use Odoo Studio, it means you've either developed an app from scratch or you've used existing modules, the sales, the CRM, etc. In this case, they will need an Odoo instance. So yes, it's totally doable. If now you tell us, listen, I will never do a normal, let's say, without my custom module project, then we know. And so we know that your account manager should not, let's say, transfer you projects that are more on the generic side, okay, if you're working in a very niche. But yes, you can also obviously have a look at being published on the website and describing your service very specifically. That's another potential revenue stream for you. So yes, I would say the partnership is suited. But again, this is the type of conversation that you have with someone from my team, that we make sure together that the partnership is the right route, as you said, and that you choose the good option, either learning or official ready partner. Oh, sorry, Sarita, I hadn't seen your question. So do we provide both technical and functional training for partners for certification? Functional, yes. So the best way to get trained on the functional side is to have a look at the videos and have a second screen with a live Odoo database on which you will test what you've seen. As you all know, we're all from the IT world. There's nothing better to learn something, to test it and learn from the mistakes. Okay, so that really is the way we like to train our new employees. Make them look at the videos, make it test, and with a live Odoo instance database. And that is the only, let's say, variable which will be seen during the certification. So the certification does not include any technical, let's say, development backend knowledge. So we will never ask you if this code makes sense or where is the mistake in there. The certification is to let partners say, okay, I have someone who can analyze your needs and who can safely say that is standard and I will show you how to do it. This is customization, I will show you how to do it, and this is development. Okay, so it's really to know what Odoo apps can do, how to configure them in depth. It really goes in depth. Obviously, the bigger, let's say, the applications such as inventory management, manufacturing, accounting, these will have much more videos and therefore will go into much more details than other applications such as the leaves application, for example. Okay. If I have missed your question, just please copy paste it again. I don't think I missed any though. a quick note here. We'll be ending this webinar here. I will send you on the chat an email address to which you can send any potential requests you may have, and I will transfer it to the according people who will give you a call back. I'd like to thank everyone for participating, and hopefully this video will be available to anyone on our channel quite quickly. The French speakers, I repeat, if there are some French speakers here, our French version of this webinar will, and if it's not, will be very accessible very soon on our website. I wish you all a very good day, and again, please contact us if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to help you out. Have a great day. Bye bye.